A sea of people doubting themselves and stunned by the challenge was, but guys, the living God. He's too big, it's too scary. But the living God, he's got a bronze helmet and that huge sword. But the living God, there's no way anybody can defeat him. We're cooked. But the living God, and no taxes, right? David came to know God, and his heart was prepared and shaped and formed in that knowing God. Maybe for David, it was in the solitude of those fields that he spent all those years, overlooked, looked past, forgotten about by his father. Maybe he had come to know God's majesty as he looked up and just considered the stars. Maybe it was moments of awe when he saw a storm roll through and whip up, and he considered the power of God in those moments. Maybe it was moments of prayer where David was wrestling with his purpose, his future, his destiny, that he came to know that God was near to him in a whisper. He looked around and he listened and he learned to know God intimately. I think you and I can learn from this. Maybe before there's ever a challenge that's too big for us, what are the ordinary field moments where you can consider the deep knowledge, the deep walking with God? Have you taken time to just turn off the phone and off the information overload, off the distractions, and looked up? Looked up and said, whoa, God, that's you? Turned everything else down and tried to listen for those whispers to say, I'm still before you, God. What would happen if we can know things about God, but really knew God like a friend, to walk with him and seek him? But the living God, David says,